What up, Tech Easy Gamers? This is your boy Jermaine with Tech Toys and Gaming. Welcome to my channel, and if it's your second time, third time, welcome back. If it's your 50th time, shame on you if you're not subscribed, but if you are, welcome as well. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about, I'm kinda hyped, this is a new video and a new tech toy. Calm down, relax, and take a breath because you're tired from jumping all over the place. We're gonna be reviewing the Comica BoomX-D D2 wireless mic kit. Now, I'm quite excited, a little fast, almost hit myself in the face. Comica actually reached out to me, said, hey, you wanna review this? This is a great mic set to review. And it is professional grade microphone kit coming in at $279. You have to shell out for a little kit like this. And why is it $279? I don't know. But we're gonna dig into why you are going to be actually having to shell out $279 if you are looking to buy a kit like this. Pro grade level, right? Quite comparable, however, very much less expensive than the actual Rode kit that they compare to this. But we're gonna jump into the boxing. We're gonna box it back up and send it back to them. We're gonna jump into the unboxing just to see what comes in this mic set kit package, right? For $279. I wanna see, and I'm sure you wanna see, what you're getting for that pretty decent kind of price tag, and we also want to see how professional this microphone actually is, if it's professional grade, the audio quality. I probably will just compare it to the this Uhuru wireless mic kit, which has been kind of my go-to. I have it exposed today. Look at it, zoom in faster. I have it exposed today, so that way you can kind of just see how I use my mics, right, for my videos. And I actually don't use it like this wired. I actually tuck it in my shirt, clamp it to my skin underneath my shirt so that it's not exposed. But with it outside, you're probably gonna get a better sounding quality because it's on the outside and it's not muffled by the material of my shirt, right? So but it's exposed, whatever, because we're gonna also plug in this and connect it to my shirt as well. And I guess we could do a minor comparison. I don't want to make it a comparison video, but we want to see what this is all about, right? No, break that, I need this. $279. All right, so let's just take a quick little dive into the unboxing of this just to see what comes in this. My tongue got stuck. Let's go ahead and not waste any time. Let's jump into the unboxing. Let's look at it right now in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So right off the back, this little black box is very nice. Nice little sleek finish to it, kind of matte but shiny as well. But I'm also digging the fact that this is nice little satisfying magnetic finish right here, right? So the box actually closes magnetically. Awesome sauces. Pop in the box right open. Right off the back, they blast the microphones right in your face. Fits right and nice and cozy, right? Looks premium right out the box when you're opening it up, and you see this nice little reflective as well as a little contrast with the matte finish here on the front. Cool displays as well. Comes with a set of instructions. This feels relatively thick set of instructions. I'll go over that in some leisure time that I may have, but cool to have and check out if you don't know exactly what you're doing. It's your first time. I'd advise going over the instructions. So underneath that, we have this little, I guess it's a little SIM card pin that goes with the phone. It actually may be a phone SIM card pin, but let's go ahead and check that out and see. All right, SIM card pin. I would imagine this is for resetting the device in case you're having any problems with it and you need to troubleshoot, it's not behaving properly, you reset it with this pin. All right, that's all that comes in the box. Cool, we'll put the box to the side. And we have a bunch of bags full of plastic. Yeah, what comes in all of these plastic things right here is, let's just drop it and find out. 1, 2, 3, voila, and there you have it. So let's just go through the lineup of all the cabling and materials that come inside the box outside of the microphone kit set. It comes with its 2 lapel mics, right? 1 for each wireless transmitter. Cool to have. We'll check the quality on that. This little clip here looks quite bulky at first impression, but we'll see how that actually fits when we put it on. 2 wind muff, 1 for each mic, right? 1 for each transmitter. These transmitters have integrated microphones, so you would have to actually put these onto the transmitters themselves and basically use it as a microphone without the actual lapel. Oddly enough, it comes with 3 audio cables, right? One obviously for your smartphone, right? TRRS cables. So this one here, which is for your smartphone, comes labeled, of course, in case you get it confused. And then on the other spectrum, you have one that's specifically for your Canon and Nikon cameras, right? Etc. So I guess that would be, not sure what etc. microphone, what etc. cameras there are, but the etc. is essentially every camera outside of specifically the Sony, Panasonic, and Fujifilm cameras, right? So if you look at there, it has cables specifically for these specific cameras in case you are going the DSLR route. Be sure to use the appropriate cabling for your camera. And of course, you get your awesome mic that come in the box. This particular kit comes with 2 transmitters, 2 microphones, and 1 receiver. Let's take it out of this case, see what it looks like. Right off the bat, this microphones, these transmitters are pretty small. I can hide them inside my hand by clutching my fist. So just to give you a understanding of what the size is on this guy. So it's pretty small, low profile, pretty cool. Does come with integrated microphone here that you can actually use. So you can clip it onto your shirt, place it on the desk somewhere that you can't be seen to use it as the actual mic without the actual lapel mic. Here you have the lapel mic input on the top, right next to the actual integrated mic. And right next to it, you're gonna see this little rectangular hole here, right? And that is for the actual audio jack. Comes with this clip which goes inserted into that little hole so that it stays fastened and does not come out in case, you know, you're talking and the actual jack comes out. You don't want the jack to come out as you're talking because then you have no audio. Basically, so over here on one side of the mic, you actually have your mute power button up on the top. So you probably click it once to mute and you hold the power button to turn it on and off. And then you have your pairing button over here at the bottom. You would hold that for a few seconds to pair. And if you flip it over on the other side, you're gonna actually see that there is a USB-C port for charging. Awesome, USB-C, yes, stay modern, stay with the time. And there you have your actual reset pin hole there in the front. You just put this little reset key into that hole and you reset it to reset it basically, right? In case you're having a problem, it's not working. This is one way to troubleshoot it, right? And holding the power button for 3 seconds actually powers on this device. You get your nice little Comica splash screen. And right now, as you can see, it is automatically defaulted to the onboard mic on this device. And you can see the levels going up and down. And just by me talking normally at about, I don't know, 8 inches, 10 inches away from the mic, you see that the levels are pretty decent, right? If I talk loud, of course it's gonna clip, but it doesn't look like it comes in too hot. So this little LCD is kind of cool, chock full of information on battery life, audio levels, of course, your wireless signal here. I have a very good signal going. I was actually looking for my receiver right now. This is the receiver itself. Now the receiver is quite cool. It has very much different input and output over the actual transmitter because it serves a different function, right? So if you look at the top, you have a microphone out, right? This is the one where you would connect your audio jack to either your smartphone or your DSLR camera. And here you have for headset monitoring. You can listen to your audio just to make sure that your levels are all good with your audio. On the right side of the mic, you have your same deal, reset. You have your power, you have your left channel and your right channel. Now this set does come with 2 transmitters, so you can set these bad boys to either mono or stereo and control them independently, right? The audio levels on each specific microphone. Sauce, this is where the money is coming in. A $279 price tag, that is where it's starting to show, right? So cool feature. So with the power button, you can actually click it to switch between mono and stereo and hold it for powering on and off. Right, and over on the other side is of course your USB-C charging port. On the back, you have your clip, of course. This comes with both the transmitters as well as on the receiver. So this clip here serves 2 functions: to either clip onto your shirt, pants, belt, toes, or to mount onto your camera as a cold shoe mount, right? This little thing slides right into your cold shoe mount on your camera. Cool. So we are going to power on the receiver. You should just be able to press the power button here for 2 seconds and it will power on just like that. Comica, and right to the home screen. Now this is again chock full of information, right? Right now we are in mono mode. So both audio levels will come in simultaneously depending on, well, really it doesn't depend on any mic because both mics will come in on a mono channel, right? So we have A and B. You should see both mics coming in at once, but I'm going to actually power on both mics so you can see. And by default, it's at 6 decibels. Don't know how hot that is, but we'll check that in a second. But let's go ahead and grab one of these receivers and let's power it on. And let's see if it actually automatically syncs, right? If it pairs to the receiver. Awesome sauce. And just like that, it automatically is paired to this device. No wireless setup having to be done since this is on a 2.4 gigahertz spectrum, basically, right? This is not using any different types of radio channels. Let's go ahead and power on the second microphone. And just like that, we have both microphones running simultaneously, which is quite cool for setup, right? Nobody wants to go through a whole hassle of having to set these up, going through the manual and everything. This comes automatically set up. Now, I did notice that after you power it on, the screen is quite bright and it did dim a little bit after a few seconds. That's probably a good thing to save on battery life, but this is looking good. Right now I am in mono mode, but let's go ahead and switch this over to stereo, right? If I click that once, you should be able to switch to stereo, right? There we go. Clicking it brings the screen back up and then you can actually interact with the buttons. So right now we are in stereo mode. So I would assume that I would be able to edit each of these on individual channels. Now, if I take this microphone and I talk into it closer, you'll see that it's coming in louder than the secondary one, but the other mic is pretty close to me, so it's also picking up my audio. But if I go ahead and switch it back to mono, right, let's press that one time, that power button. Mono mode, right, into mono. And if I grab this mic here up top, you notice that both levels are exactly the same. So yeah, one channel, both audio signals are gonna come on one channel, so not much you can do in way of editing them individually. So stereo, mono, just a little bit of a crash course on what it works like. But let's go ahead and jump into some audio testing with these devices now that they're powered on and set up. Not much in the way of setup, right? Easy breezy. This is where your $279 cash money is going towards. So yeah. Hi, Techies and Gamers. Here we are in the studio to go ahead and go forward and forth with the microphone test, right? We're gonna connect this Comica microphone to my camera and see what this sounds like out of box, right? Quality without any EQ tweaking. And I guess we can probably try and see what it sounds like in comparison to this Uhuru wireless mic. I actually paid only 60 bucks for this wireless microphone that I'm using right now. So let's go ahead and get connected to our camera. We're gonna mount this here. We're gonna mount this to our camera and switch it out for the Uhuru wireless mic I'm using right now in 3, 2, 1, let's do it. All right, Techies and Gamers, here we are. I have taken the liberty of mounting the receiver to the top of my camera. As you can see here in this B-roll, take a close look. And it was quite simple, as the back clipping that you can actually use to mount onto your belt or in your pocket or on your lip actually doubles as a cold shoe mount, right? You can just open it and slide that actual clip. It fits the right dimensions, diameter, symmetry, fits perfectly onto the cold shoe mount on your camera. You just slide it in, close the clip, boom, you're mounted. And the other thing I appreciate that I found, it was a blessing, because my Uhuru mic that I'm using, for all my other videos, the cabling that connects from the receiver to the camera actually is not at a right angle the way this one is. Look at the B-roll again, look at it. That right angle audio jack is heaven sent, because now I can actually see the mini screen display that's facing me, that I can make sure that I'm centered. Greatly helps out, as the cabling is not actually protruding straight out, which gets in front of the display, and I'm kind of like moving around looking for my face in it. So that's a plus. Now, pay attention to what I'm about to tell you right now. This is important. I am using the CamLink 4K connected to my PC, as I am
doing this particular set here anyway, recording it over my, why did I extend the O? I'm recording with OBS on my computer, so I am doing an actual screen capture here is what you're looking at, this video here, so that I can do a couple things, right? I can show you the audio settings and how it's set up in OBS for one, and two, to show you that when I plug it into my Canon, how hot it comes in, and if you're not using OBS, how hot it's going to come in directly off of your camera. So let's jump into that setting real quick. Back in OBS, all right, so as you can see here, you can take a close look at the settings I have on Canon. So it's breaking the green into the yellow. I'm sure if I probably yelled, oh, see, I have it so that it limits right about this area. It doesn't matter how loud I scream, it's not going to peak. It'll get muffled. I have some filters popping off here, right? Let's go to settings, filters, and you can see here in the top left, I have some noise suppression going. Not fully blasted, but damn near fully blasted, right? But we're going to mute this. But first, let's go down here and create a new mic, right? Let's create a new audio input capture, right? And oh, and if you want to see how I actually go ahead and set up my whole OBS thing for streaming and recording, go ahead and check the link right here and put it up there for you to check out, because it will definitely help you out in your settings and finding the most optimal audio and display settings for your recordings. All right, so back to the audio setting. Let's go to create a name, Comica Boom. All right, so Comica Boom, that's cool. Let's go OK. We're going to set this, right? This drop down is going to give us some options. We're not going to use 4K because that is already preset. Let's choose default, right? Mute the Canon. All right. Now you're getting a true to life, out of box audio capture with this microphone, right? I haven't done any filtering. There's no presets that I have in my camera. Right now it's coming straight out of this microphone that is integrated into this transmitter, right? So this microphone. I have this mic sitting in front of me. I don't know, what's the measurement? It's about a foot away, more or less, right? And I'm seeing in my settings, as you can see as well, it's peaking. This is coming in quite robust. So even with the Canon cable, this comes in hot. I do have the audio pretty loud. If there may be some distortion, I can't hear it, but I have a little trick for that. I can hear it. I'm gonna join you because I wanna see what this sounds like. Wow, did my head shrink? This is kind of stretched out. Grogu, were you wearing my headset? Your ears are big, so you probably wearing my headset. I gotta watch you. Check it out. My cable's just a little bit too short. This is something I did not think about. Slight undersight, what? Oversight? I oversaw it. Right now, I am tethered, scoot up a little bit. I'm tethered to my camera and I have the output. Though this is pretty loud, and we're definitely peaking, I don't, it definitely clipped heavily. It doesn't sound distorted. Actually, this sounds pretty good, even from this distance right here. And not only does it sound good, the delay is very minuscule, barely noticeable. Now, when I test it with my my Uhuru mic, there is some delay, but I don't know if it has to do with just the quality overall. I don't know if it has to do with the way the frequencies are being transmitted, right? 2.4 gigahertz over radio channels. I want to lower the audio levels just to see, get it out of the clipping zone at least. Right, let's just bring that down in OBS if you can see me, right? So I have the opportunity or the fortunateness, is that a word? The fortune of being able to lower it at different places. I've lowered the gain on OBS, but it's not the only place you can lower it, right? You can actually change audio gain over the receiver. Now, I would find that it's a little inconvenient to have to change the gain over the receiver because it's gonna have to go over there and press the button to lower it. But yeah, sounds pretty good. All right, so for right now, I actually have got all this tech on my desk. So this is what the Comica BoomX-D D2 sounds like with some noise filtering. Very quiet. You can no longer hear my PC fans. Shh. Awesome sauce. I like that. Quiet and crispy. No EQing. Sounds crispy in my headphones. So Very nice. I might be doing a switch soon, Uhuru to Comica Boom, just for testing. We'll see how that works. Let's switch it over to the Uhuru and see what it sounds like with some noise filtering, right? So that way you don't hear my PC fans. 1, 2, 3, go. Boom. This is the Uhuru with some noise suppression. This is the audio. Wait, I have both going. What? Let's just silence it on the fly so you can see what it sounds like. Boom. This is the Uhuru with noise suppression. Nice and quiet too. Crispy. All right, so not bad. Not far behind either. Might be better. You let me know. I don't know. Let's dive into some stereo mode, right? We're gonna take off our lapel and just use the two mics side by side just to see what stereo sounds like. I'm pretty sure it sounds good because you know what the audio sounds like. It's just gonna be on two different channels. You can manipulate it and change the audio. Now, you're supposed to just be able to press this little button in and pull it out, but even then, it's still a little difficult to pull out. So I have to get up and go to the camera to switch to stereo mode. It's not a button I can press on here. So right now, I am in stereo. I have my right mic over on my right side, naturally, and the left mic over here on my left. I probably sound evenly distant, right? Because it's in stereo, I'm right down the middle, so they're both picking me up evenly. But as I slide across, the audio tends to sound louder on your left ear, right? But if I slide more and more over to the right side, and then you get that ambient sound. I don't know why this would ever be like in a video in any movie, but if I'm walking down the street, clapping my hands, right? This is what it would sound like from left to right. Or this is a machine gun game on the street, left to right. This is what it would sound like on the street, left to right. Professional sounding, right? Professional sounding audio. This is what you want.
This is what you want. What you want.
This is where you get your $279 worth, right? To capture that ambience, that professional ambience, left to right movement, right? Spatial sound. This is where your hard-earned cash, the most of it anyway, is gonna go towards, right? That experience with this microphone set. Some of the pros with this is that it comes in a nice little packaging, right? Nice little box. The pro to this is that they're very small and compact. The receiver and the transmitters, they're all the same size. Very tiny, right? Very low profile, very light, right? So you can put this in your pocket. It's not very cumbersome at all. Another pro is the aux cables that connect to the transmitters, the microphones themselves, right? It has the locking mechanism. So that way, if you're connected and it's kind of like in an action scene or something, it doesn't get accidentally removed from the mic, right? Disconnecting your audio connection, right? That would be bad, right? And you have to do the whole entire scene not even knowing that you were disconnected for an hour. Another pro is that it's easy to pair, right? I didn't even have to pair it, to be honest. Just powered them on and they were already paired. Maybe they were paired like that from the manufacturer, but I don't know. But if you had to actually buy an additional microphone and you had to pair it, you can just select that pairing button, right? Press it in for a few seconds and you should automatically be able to pair to the receiver, which is in range, right? Which is in distance. So easy, beasy, greasy sauce. Another pro is the battery life. You get a good 4.5 to 5 hours, give or take, right, on the battery life. So I think that's probably sufficient enough for your shoot. You could always just be using one mic, and if the battery is dying, switch it over to the other naturally, right? You could even have both. One is on, one is off, one dies out. Oh, let's just do the switch. Click, turn that one off, turn this one on. You got a whole other 5 hours battery. Awesome. I'm not gonna say sausages again, I just said it. Another pro about this is that they all have their own displays chock full of information to tell you where your levels are, tells you your signal strength, battery life. Pretty bright display, I like it. And then it goes into a dim mode once it's just kind of idle, right? Also includes the headphone jack for monitoring on the receiver as well, for monitoring your audio. Includes USB-C charging cable for charging your devices. They're all USB-C compatible. Charges the devices each about an hour or so individually, right? You do them one by one, it's a long time, but if you have multiple cables, you can charge it fast. Unfortunately, you only get one USB-C cable out of box. Another pro is that it's on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency, right? So you're gonna get a nice long range. Comica rates it at 150 feet, but I've actually tested it and you can go past 200, almost 300 feet without any interference now. Unfortunately, the 2.4 gigahertz is part of a con as well because it's a pretty congested channel, right? When you go out, there's a lot of devices and things everywhere that are on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency. Now, a con with this, I would say, is that I guess it didn't come with a carrying case, right? That's probably a con for me. I would have liked if it came with one of those cool little carrying cases that most of my other mics have come with. One other thing that I would consider a con is that this belt clip that's on this, right? This little clip right here. I would have liked if it rotated, right? Because if I were going to clip it actually onto myself and I wanted the mic which faces up, right? It's upward capturing, upward blasting. What? If I have to put it this way onto my jacket or something, it would essentially be facing sideways, right? I wouldn't be able to rotate it to face me so that I can capture my audio coming this way. It would be kind of facing away. So a rotating clip would have been a great feature. Maybe they'll include it in their next model, who knows? You listening to me, Comica? Maybe a feature you want to add, but otherwise, just a minor thing. Nitpicking probably. But other than that, fantastic quality, reliability, setup is great. Didn't take anything to really set this up. Plug and play is pretty much what it is when you get these 2.4 gigahertz types of wireless mics, right? Just power it on, it's paired, and it's ready to go, hot out the box, right? So, Techie Gamers, overall, would I recommend this? I probably would. You know why? Because I am going to be using this microphone for my next few videos just to give it a test and see if it's less cumbersome than my Uhuru microphone. Now, I do like this because this is very much more of a low profile device. This is great for interviewing, for vlogging, that sort of thing environment, for creating ambience in your video, left to right audio, making it more dynamic, more professional, right? Probably compares very well to the Rode. I have not actually got a chance to test out the Rode mic. You know, at least the equivalent of this particular set. $279 versus how much is the Rode? You tell me. I know it's expensive. I know you looked it up. All right, Techie Gamers, thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming by. If you have any questions regarding this microphone set, right, just put it in the comments. There's quite a few things I just did not go over, right? There's just a lot to cover with this sort of thing. If you want to see some other type of review again, based off of some particular part or component or feature with this mic, maybe you want me to go jump off a bridge with the receiver up top and me on the bottom, see how far it goes? Let me know in the comments and I'll jump. What? And as always, like, subscribe if you like the information, if you like the entertainment, right? If you're not gonna learn something, at least you'll just laugh at something, right? And I'll see you in my next review. Thanks for watching. Hang out late. I don't know, that was just wanted to be as random as possible.